Hi everyone, it's Coach Fred here, and I'm talking about the practice test number 1 math non-calculator from the official College Board Study Guide. This is actually one of my favorite questions. You know this math geek here. Okay, so it says if ax plus 2 times bx plus 7 equals 15x squared plus cx plus 14 for all values of x, and a plus b equals 8, what are the two possible values for C? Well, first of all, I know that you've been watching my videos, so you know that we're on question number 15 of the math non-calculator. So this is a hard level. But when I look at it, if you really think about that thing that we keep talking about right here, it doesn't have to be as hard as it looks. That's the equal sign. You have used the equal sign your whole math career. And I have said that I want you to remember that equals is it's really just another way to mean is the same as. Is the same as. If every time you see an equals and you get confused because it just looks so scary, try and replace it with, okay, this is the same as this. They're just written differently. Now, you do have to pull in some of your knowledge. You have to notice that these are two binomials right here. And this is a quadratic in standard form. Now, remember that when we have a standard form quadratic and we turn it into binomials, we're going to call this, or I like to call this, intercept form or factored form. So this is in the factored form and this is in the standard form. So I thought about it a second and I was like, well, wait a second. They told me that a plus b had to equal 8. So that's some information. A plus b has to equal 8. Well, if I multiply these binomials to put them in standard form, then a times b has to be 15. And so I decided to think of some numbers that I know that add to 8 and multiply to 15. And so I made myself a little list. Well, I know two numbers that add to 8 that multiply to 15 are 3 and 5. So I said I'm going to let A be 3 and B be 5. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, wait a second, how do you know that? Well, I don't. So I also could let A be 5 and B be 3. But those are the only two numbers that I could come up with that add to 8 and multiply to 15. So I decided to replace them in this form and see what happened because I'm actually trying to find the values for C. All right, so I'm going to let A be. I'm going to substitute A in for 3 in for A. And I'm going to substitute 5 in for B. And I'm going to multiply the polynomials. AKA, yeah, I don't like it, but I'm going to say it, FOIL. Okay, so 3 times 5x is 15x squared. 3 times 7 is 21x. 5 times 2 is 10x. And 7 times 2 is 14. I'm going to combine the like terms. So 15x squared plus 31x plus 14. Okay, so in this case, if A is 3 and B is 5, then C works out to be 31. Well, there's only one answer with 31 in it, so I'm actually going to pick that answer. Now, I'm going to guess that if I let A be 5 and B be 3, I'm going to get 41. Now, I'm going to take the time and show you that, but once you got 31 as C, you could stop. You'd be fine stopping right there because there's no other values of 31. But I'm going to try it the other way. So I'm going to actually replace, and I'm going to make this 5x and this 3x. So 5 times 3 is, there again, 15x squared plus 35x plus 6x plus 14. So 15x squared plus 41x plus 14. Okay, so again, what did we learn from this? Again, we looked at it as a standard form quadratic and a factored form quadratic. We came up with some values for A and B, and we made them look the same as each other to find our values for C, 31 and 41. All right, now I know that I make it look a little bit easier, but if you really sit and take a minute and think about this question, it isn't all that hard. You can do this, and I know you can. So I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.